Welcome to another Attack of the BT Mod Pack tutorial. I am Digimaster, and shall be your Digimon on today's tutorial. Alright guys, this is a tutorial, another user requested tutorial. I can say tutorial, lots, tutorial. But no, this is another user requested one. This is on the power generation I use in my Let's Play. I'm also going to throw in a bonus on how to improve what I did. I learned a little bit since I did mine. So this is what I have. I have mob spawners set up in spawning cells. I have two of them set up that generate witches that fall onto these conveyor belts. I'm not showing how to make this contraption here, but I can show how to make conveyor belts. Conveyor belts are raw rubber you get from smelting, rubber bars, which you get from smelting raw rubber from rubber trees. Iron and 2 redstone get you some conveyor belts. The spawner they fall in the conveyor belts, they fall down. They fall down into this little killing chamber, where they get ground up by a grinder. If you don't know how to make a grinder, grinders are Invar sword, plastic sheets, tin gears, which are pretty easy. Oops. A machine frame, resonant reception coil, and a book. Machine frames are pretty easy. They're glass, iron, gold. That's it. There's iron. There we go. And reception coils are just 2 gold, or 1 gold and 2 redstone on each side of it. Simple. Plastic sheets are smelting those rubber bars down again to get raw plastic. Raw plastic in a 2x2 like that makes 4 plastic sheets. Alright. So witches, the reason I use those is they generate so many items. I'm actually missing one that they generate. I'm missing a heart. I have not gotten one yet. Oh, there's 2 right there. Perfect. Till now I hadn't had them, but I have everything else. We got lungs, glass bottles, empty glass bottles, sorry, muscles, brains, healing potions, since they do fall and take damage. If the grinder kills them before they use their healing potion on themselves, you do get it. Spider eyes, and sticks. You also get glowstone, sugar, gunpowder, and glowstone dust. These are the power generation goodies right here. This is just all bonus, including those hearts for necromancy. All bonus. These things I have them stored in are deep storage containers. Deep storage containers are pretty pricey if you do it this way, but I don't know why but you get 4 of them. I usually do it this way, which is just strong boxes, which is just 10 surrounding a normal chest. Another machine frame and 4 plastic sheets, just like before. Super simple. That's a little expensive for me, just for 4, when I can bust this out super quick. And these can hold over like 2 million or some odd items. I just use it for storage. It really helps out, especially when you're just AFKing this thing. They just go on forever. In the latest patch, or latest version of the Attack of the B-Team mod pack, you do not have to worry about getting witch trophies. You can no longer get trophies from using grinders. You have to physically hit the mob to make it drop. So that's why I don't have anything set up for those now. That's also why I have like 30 of them in my Let's Play world. So these are what we use to generate power. From what I understand, glowstone and gunpowder are the best to use out of these. How we generate power with them is we use a combination of a magma crucible and a radiant dynamo. The radiant dynamo is what really is the actual power generation. It uses a solid power, a solid source, and a liquid source. Use the magma crucible to turn glowstone dust into intersized glowstone, which is a liquid, and redstone to turn it into liquid redstone. And you pump those into there, and voila, power. Sugar and redstone. Sugar burns super quick. It's not really a good source. It doesn't drop as often as these two either. So I'm just going to be showing you these two right here today. So I wouldn't recommend using this. I actually have the redstone and the sugar turned off in my Let's Play world right now, and these two keep up just fine. With only using one engine, just fine. So let's get this set up here. We're gonna go ahead and connect some item ducts here. I'm gonna go ahead and oops, where'd you go? There you are. I'm gonna split these guys up so they don't connect. Boom. So this is glowstone, this is gunpowder, this is solid, this is liquid. The solid we're actually going to pump directly into the resonant dynamo, or reactant dynamo, sorry. And the reactant dynamo will just face weird ways sometimes. If you want it to face a certain way, like forward, put a piece of redstone energy conduit down, and then if you smack it, it'll face it every time. Now if I keep smacking this thing, it won't change. And if this is already down, when you place it, it'll automatically face that way. So we want to set this thing up, so we want to hit that. Put that in there, and we're going to hit this one too, because we're going to have these come out. And put that in there. Go ahead and ignore this. And ignore this. Alright, how to make... While we're letting this go do its thing, as you can see it filled it up with gunpowder, how do we make these items? I almost forgot to do that. These are impulse item ducts. You can use any type of item duct you want. These are just the ones I use. They're used by... You can make them by putting 6 impulse item ducts together with a hardened glass. Get you these clear ones. These are the opaque ones. But how you make it is you take a normal item duct, opaque or non, and fill it with energized glowstone, and it becomes one of these. How you make one of these guys is just hardened glass with tin, makes you some item ducts. We can make opaque ones with lead and tin. Any of those will work. Doesn't matter. The energized ones move items faster. So that's why I would recommend using those. Alright, but like I said, it really doesn't matter at all. Then you got your reactant dynamo. Your reactant dynamo is made like this. It's just a bunch of bronze. Bronze is made in a tinker's furnace, or what's it called? Smeltery, which is 3 copper and 1 tin. Makes your bronze. And then you got a resonant transmission coil, which is a silver with red stone around it, and you got these Tinker's alloy gears, which is bronze again around iron. This is kind of a pain to make, but you don't have to make too many of them. You can also, let me get back into my inventory, I'm missing my buttons here. I make the redstone energy conduits. Is you take a conduit empty, fill it with redstone, make these guys with electrum and hardened glass. There's tons of different conduits. It's easy to figure out how to make them, especially if you have an AI. There's tons of ways to make this. You have, let me just go to thermal expansion here. Be thorough. Thermal. You have leadstone energy cells, which, dang it, I don't want them. You have these guys. Easy, just glass, lead, redstone. Then you have hardened, which you take a leadstone with redstone and some Invar, upgrade it. Then you have the redstone ones that we just made. You make these, and then you upgrade, you fill them full, and that's all the versions. Pretty simple. We're also going to use fluid ducts, which fluid ducts are really easy to make. It's just copper with hardened glass. That's all the pipes we're going to use. Okay, now we need to use our magma crucible. Our magma crucible is just nether brick, a leadstone energy cell, which is a redstone block surrounded by glass and lead. Another one of these reception coils, which is gold and 2 redstone, and 2 copper ingots. Not too bad. We place him down like so. Actually, let's do it like that. And we will come in here and do this. We'll make this the input. And we'll put this stuff back in here like so. So there, he's full of that. And we're going to have it come out the top and go in to here. So we're going to go in here. We're going to select him to be output out the top. Use these fluid ducts because it will come out as a fluid. Right click it to go out. And dang it. I always do that wrong since I have this extra inventory up there. Click that. Set it to ignored. And boom. When the liquid gets made, it will come out. And last thing we're going to use any type of energy cell you want. There are tons of energy cells. Any one you want. This is just the resident energy cell. It's the highest one you have. This output charges this kind of slow, but it works. Then you're going to put a redstone energy conduit into there. So this guy right here only outputs 80 RF per tick, which isn't a whole lot. It's going to slowly charge this guy up while supplying power to him to oops, I don't want that. I don't know what I'm doing. To supply power to the magma crucible. So it's self-sustaining. Items are free. They generate from the mobs, and they get cycled through here, which generates you free power. To start this, it needs a little bit of power to kick off. So let's get our cheaty creative energy cell here. Pump out some power. See it getting powered here. Go break that off. It's going to generate some energized glowstone. Let's go ahead and turn it to day. And then it got sucked out, got put into here. See right there. And this is starting to generate power. If we look into this thing, look at that. It's getting power. And so is this thing. Even though it looks like it's using it, it is getting power at the same time. It's just using more than it's getting right now, but it will become self-sustained. Trust me. It does work. So this will generate you power, like I said, just fine. And as long as you have these guys that keep spawning and dying, you'll always get more power. There's a better way to do this, though. Because this thing down here also generates mob essence. Right now, I'm not using that mob essence. It's kind of going to waste. Mob essence works much better than liquid glowstone. So, if we come over here and you get yourself one of these bad boys, I'm not going to show how to make this today, or any of the components in it. That's for later. But this is a mob auto spawner that spawns witches, that uses mob essence, but also generates infinite and mob essence. As you can see over here from all of these bad boys that are pretty much, well, all these are full over here, and these are all got lots in it. This thing generates so much mob essence. So if we turn this on, well, turn it on, I actually just have to go here and set that. It'll spawn witches, and they'll get killed, and their items get pumped out. We don't need this running for the demonstration. Bloop. I have it right now set up to where all of the items get killed, but this generates so many items so quickly, it's not funny. It does generate witch's hands, which is one that will not, because it's the witch's hands is like a rare drop that you can only get from player killing them. which you will want to nullify, or you can store one of these things, so you can store 1 billion of them, but you only need one. But yeah, that generates so many items so quickly, because this thing will run even when you're not around, as long as the chunk is loaded. So if you put a chunk loader on this thing, it will run indefinitely. So you'll have millions of items in no time, and it generates a bunch of this stuff. And I have this set up just for demonstration here. So we're going to throw that guy down, throw this down, and then we're going to go ahead and connect this guy to that. Well, let's see how much power this thing's generated so far. I've had it running for a while. 15,000. That's not bad. Still hasn't quite stabilized yet, but it will. It will. This has 0 in it, so if we go here and we just... I'm not going to set it all up with the gunpowder, but if we just put some gunpowder in there, and just look how much energy that thing generates. Super quick. And you can get infinite gunpowder from these guys, and infinite mob essence, and you will have so much power, it isn't even funny. Like I said, this will generate an excess of mob essence. So if I was to let this keep running, look how simple it was to set up. Just bloop bloop, and you just have your gunpowder come down here and flow into that guy automatically. Done. You know, you're just done. And that will generate infinite mob essence. So eventually, this bank of resonant portable ender tanks will be full, and each one of these holds 64 buckets. And this guy here only holds 4 buckets at a time. It's crazy fast, crazy efficient. We've already have almost 90. We have 90,000 RF now. I bet this thing hasn't even hit that far yet. Nope, it's only at 21. Oh, never mind. It's at 200. Nah, this one's a little farther. But we're catching up. It was at 220,000. It's a little further than I thought it was. Yeah, see, we're blazing up to that thing. This one's much more efficient. I would recommend doing it this way. If you have something that generates infinite mob essence. And I will be doing a tutorial on one of these. Like I said, I built this in my single player recently, so it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out how to make one if you just want to go off that before the tutorial comes out. So that will be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial on how to infinitely generate power with nothing. You pretty much you don't have to do anything. Once this is set up, you just forget about it, and you get tons and tons of extra stuff. Stuff to do all the necromancy you could ever want. Healing potions. Sticks for days, so you don't have to use sticks for wood for sticks anymore. You get spider eyes for fermented spider eyes, and for potions. For other mob traps you may be doing. You get empty glass bottles for potions as well, so you don't have to waste glass on them. This is probably my favorite setup for a mob system, because witches are so useful. So useful. Alright. Oh, I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. If there's anything else you guys would like to see that I could cover for you, just leave a comment down below, and I will consider it. Alright, then the next tutorial, just to give you guys a heads up, is going to be on how to make one of these bad boys. See, there's clear glass there? It's a proximity door. I'm building these currently in the Let's Play world. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make them yourself. Alright, talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye.